Ahoy there, Legion. 'Tis the something after a dev stream, so you know we got a recap and review for you. Sorry I missed out on the last one, lads. Got a bit under the weather, and while it was functional, I don't think the vocals would have been pleasant to anyone, so I opted to rest instead. Hope you don't mind. So here we are, the big 5th year Devstream anniversary episode. For such a momentous occasion, DE will surely pull out all the stops and do their best to not disappoint. All I can say is thank God for sarcasm and Kahlua. That ought to do it. Okay, Kuva is still not in the Kuva Fortress, which is weird, as they signed off on doing that sometime last year. This dev stream, Sheldon said he thought that was in-game already, and actually, what happened to Devstream 100? Why you know Kuva on Kuva Fortress? This was something they admitted was ridiculous, and Sheldon thought he fixed already. So Sheldon thought it was fixed in-game already this dev stream. He thought it was fixed already in that dev stream. That was back in November. How far back does the streamception go where they conveniently forget to add it? But before I go on a tangent on that, just what was their excuse for not putting Kuva in the Kuva Fortress way back when in 2016? Because they didn't want players to burn out. You know, by farming the stuff that takes ages to get, you need so much of to make any real progress, they went out of their way to make it even harder to find. That reminds me of something else they talked about. This very dev stream I just showcased, actually. Even better news, they're removing the hard cap and adding diminishing returns instead. And that's not a bad thing, as you start the day off with a positive booster applied. Someone like Rested Experience and WoW. Patiently waiting for those to go in live. The vastly superior wall running animations are still something they want to address, but they only need to find the time. So file that one right next to Hydroid Prime trailer, Zephyr Deluxe skin, Dark Sector Armistice, Kingpin system, Umbra. And I'm not trying to be a smartass here, they actually mentioned the Hydroid Prime trailer, Dark Sector's Kingpin system, and Umbra being delayed for an undisclosed amount of time this very stream. Now Umbra and Hydroid's trailer we actually know is in the works and coming out soonish, but both Dark Sector and Kingpin systems were said to be more or less reset to scratch, which makes it about the 3rd time now, and they have nothing new to comment about them because of that. Cora! Give me some good news, Cora. After all these damage changes and the time they had to work on her, they announced they are finally, just today, starting work on her again. So, cue the party horns now then? I mean, this is supposed to be a celebratory stream, right? Spiderbots were shown in action both in the small and slightly less small variety. Arcane installment changes are potentially on the way as early as next week, unless they forget about it again like Kuva. You can have 2 slotted per frame now, and it's on the mod screen for simplicity. They added 2 new Zal weapons, if anyone still cares about those things, though the scythe weapon did look pretty nice. Still waiting on my chainsaw melee weapon myself, but moving right along, the Venus landscape was shown off a bit, and according to DE, it's going to be just about double the size of Poe. It's also really stinking hot, and it won't have a day or night cycle. The story is the Orkin were terraforming it, so the Corpus hijacked the tech that was there, but don't really got it down. So a glacier will form in the sky as it gets cold, and then they'll melt it with machines, or something close to that. Note the date on some of the concept artwork being from just a few days ago, so take that how you will. They hinted Nef might be involved, so I wonder if we're going to get that Nef and Derf raid content after all. And here is some awesome concept art that, I gotta say, would make an amazing art print. I really like the color on this thing. It shows off the new town hub, which will be under the landscape this time around instead of next to it. And there you have it, Legion. So what do you like? What do you love? Or maybe love not so much? Let me know in the comments below. I still want the wall running animations to not suck, so I'd like to see how they change it, even though it'll most likely cost plat, so I won't have access to it anyway. I still really want that 2-handed chainsaw, Jeff. With a planet filled with Corpus on the horizon, I require a weapon to rip and tear until the job is done. Gonna head on back to my massive video game review in the works, hoping to get that up and running in the next coming days, but until then, thank you for watching, and catch you next time, Legion. Take care.